Oshio. And how's everything going? How's everyone doing? Uh, I don't, when it comes to people and their theories or beliefs on the rapture, I usually don't say a whole lot. Uh, but I do just wanted to add something, okay? And if my friend, my brother, called Servant 29, if you're watching, I agree with you, brother. When, I mean, because sometimes, I mean, how he comes, you know, when it comes down to it that should not be something, it should not be something to be sitting there fighting over. And, but I also know that, I mean, we should try to clarify things, the best things. Now, I believe everyone has their opinions. And I don't think a person will go to hell for their opinion. I don't think they're going to be judged for eternal damnation forever for that opinion. But what always gets me is when you teach it. Okay, if those who believe mid-trib or post-trib, they're not as doing the damage as it would for those who are saying pre-trib. Now, for me, I personally would hope for a pre-trib, but I don't see that. Um, I mean, because you got to go through the fire, you know. But if you're taken out, I mean, we're all better. So there's nothing to worry about. So you shouldn't worry. You shouldn't be so upset over someone's view of mid trib or post trib. I mean, why are you upset? Because see, if you're right, then they get taken up. Nothing to worry about. But if you're wrong, then what? Okay? You got a lot of people out there with a lot of hatred and confusion and hurting, and it's not very good. But anyway, but I want to, a lot of people go into digging all these references and trying to back up the theories. If you can't do it in one or two passages, then just, okay, but here's something that Jesus himself said. Now, if we look in Mark 13th chapter, and let us start at verse 19. And in those days shall be affliction such as was not from the beginning of the creation which God created this time, neither shall be. And that's talking about the great tribulation. Alright, and then, excuse me, and except that the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days. And then if any man shall say to you, Lo, here is Christ, or Lo, he is there, believe him not. For false Christs and false prophets shall rise, and shall show signs and wonders to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. But take ye heed. Behold, I have foretold you all things. Now listen to this in verse 24. But in those days after, let me stop there, emphasize after. But in those days after that tribulation, after that tribulation, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see, and then shall they see the sun who. It says, and then, it says here, and then shall they. And I'm emphasizing, that's my emphasis here, on who, meaning on they, who, which they. And then they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. Now here it is. Now see, this was already supposed to have taken place before. Okay, now what does it say here? Now I understand this, but there's a lot of them twist this, and they try to use other scriptures to back it, the twisting of this. But listen to what it says. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. They, everyone will see. And then, and it says, and then shall he send his angels. And why is he sending his angels? It goes on and says in verse 27, and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost parts of the earth to the uttermost parts of the heaven. And then it goes on, which you can read. So it talks about after what? Read that again. Go in there and read it. After. And then it says, they shall see. And then he'll send his angels. Now this is supposed to be after. This is at another part of the tribulation. This is supposed to be after of what. Now supposedly, this is supposed to be the second glorious. There's two raptures. No, there's not two raptures. But see, now you can believe what you will, and that's what I'm saying. You're entitled to that. But I was just giving you just one passage. There's others. Even Matthew backs that up in Matthew 24. That backs this one up. And others grab the other scriptures. Peter talks about how people would take scriptures, the verses and things of Paul's, not understanding it and twisting. I mean, but you got to go and really see what it really says. But if you want to believe in pre-trib, I'm not saying that you're not supposed to, and I won't condemn anyone for doing so. I mean, it'd be nice to be taken out of here. I do, because I mean, who really wants to stay in this old painful world and all its troubles and sorrows and stuff? But anyway, that was just my 2 cents. I wasn't there trying to point the finger at any one particular person and saying that they're wrong. It's because everyone's going to have a view, but he is coming. And there will be a rapture, and he is coming soon. The question is, are we ready? That's the most important question that needs an answer. So that's my few cents, and I hope everything's going great with every single one of you, and I hope God has blessed you richly. So until then, ha-ho, shalom. I love you all. God bless.